Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Let's Get Creative, where artists and creatives alike get together. I mean, whatever you feel is creative, man, that's good for us because we want to sit here, we want to talk about it, we want to expose the creativity that you have and that you want to share with the rest of the people.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on Let's Get Creative. It's a really big um, platform that you have and opportunity. I like the idea behind it because staying creative and getting these ideas out and actually doing them has really like given me a purpose, besides just working or, taking care of myself. I think that sharing your creativity, sharing whatever outlet you have, really does help people, and it creates this whole community, you know. And whatever community you have, it brings people together,
Definitely.
in so many ways.
Definitely. And that's the whole purpose of this show, man, is like to bring people together. And like I said, artists of any kind, any type of creativity. It's just to bring us together, man, and form our community
Hmm.
because it takes a community to like drive the force, really
Hmm.
just push each other to thrive and to be the best version of what we have going on and to be creative, man, and to keep it
Yeah.
going and to stay relevant and to like, make things happen, man. It's like, it's hard.
Right.
It is, man. It's hard. It doesn't come easy, and
No, it
just
doesn't.
growing up and trying to find like what do I like to do? And I've
Yeah.
always been interested in photography. I grew up watching my uncle. He was an artist and he painted and he drew with colored pencils or the really good prism colored pencils.
I love
Um,
those. Yeah.
did oil paintings, he did acrylic paintings, and he was also a photographer. And I remember him
Mm.
doing some photo shoots with me, my brother, my sister, and a couple of my cousins. We were at my grandmother's house in the backyard. And I think that was kind of like what hit it off for me. It was like interesting. It just caught my eye and I was fascinated. And from that point on, man, it was just like, okay, I think that's what I want to do. And I've seen everything in a different perspective. And it
Mm.
sounds kind of funny because everything that I look at now is like
Yeah.
I'm always like framing it in my brain.
Right. You
you know,
know what? You know what? Yeah, I just kind of like your uncle. I would say my first like memory of really wanting to do what I saw on TV or in the movies. The first time was when I was maybe 7 or 8. I would be with my grandma a lot because my mom worked like 3 jobs to take care of us. So I watched a lot of TV with my grandma. Um, and I was thinking about what really has inspired me over the years. And I know that TV, media, movies, it has inspired me because I always wanted to do what they were doing and maybe like somehow capture what I saw. And also magazines. I always wanted to do what I saw, like Vibe magazine, Rolling Stone magazine. I always wanted to be the one taking pictures or interviewing the people in the magazine or
yeah,
even just reduplicating the ads. And the second memory I have growing up is my dad had a camera too. My birth dad, um, he wouldn't let us really touch the camera because the camera was a picture he used to take pictures of my mom when we were younger or when he was younger. So it was a really special camera to him. So I always saw photography as something really special, and in order for you to like use the camera, you got to have, a reason, so I always saw it as a special niche or like something you treat, with care, So when I did pick up the camera is when I decided, that I want to take that step and actually like take pictures, of what I see. So those two memories really like shaped my idea of what I want to do creatively.
that's kind of like what really just shaped you and like to who you are and what you're doing and what you're after.
Yeah. Especially my grandma and my dad, who are both, older and so a lot of my inspiration comes from like throwback movies and shows and
Oh yeah,
uh yeah, like and when I got into magazines, it was a lot of hip hop, urban, glossy,
Culture.
culture,
Yeah.
culture. And you know what? I moved to the Bay Area when I was like 7 or 8. So it was a culture shock coming to the Bay Area and seeing Oakland for the first time.
Oh,
Graffiti. That when I got introduced to
yeah.
graffiti is when my mind got blown. Like when I really saw the hood for the first
Yeah.
for the first time.
He was like, what the hell is
When I
this?
saw that, I was like, "Whoa, this is life."
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
life. But it's not until later I really captured. I really realized like
It was
there is
big.
beauty. Yeah, and there's still beauty in it,
Yeah.
because it shaped me. It shaped a lot of me. That culture. If I had
And
never
and
moved to
man,
Oakland,
you gotta appreciate the street art, man.
yeah.
I don't even think we would even really be relevant or like develop a skill if it wasn't for that street art, man. Like that's
No.
it's something about that street art, that urban,
Yeah.
that original, like is like
Mm.
abstract. I want to
It's
say
life.
it's just like
Yeah.
original, man, and it's like you
Hmm.
can't get that anywhere. Like that, that's not a duplicate of anything. That's not someone
Exactly.
tracing something. That's like it's expressions.
Hmm.
That's straight up expressions, man. Like just
Yeah.
people putting their work out there, but really like coming from deep down inside of like where they're from,
Hmm.
what they're representing, like a culture, man. And
Man.
you,
Yep.
I don't think we would be this far without it.
No. And you know what? It's experiences lived, that you can't really, you could put into words. I just think that a picture, a painting, even a poem, from someone from the hood or from, say Harlem or Oakland, man, it's so much deeper than just talking about it because you could look at it and see so many levels to it. You
Oh,
could
yeah,
you could
sure.
see something that you've never experienced or you have and you see it. So that's why I love street art. I
Yeah.
love street art.
When you
Yeah,
first saw it, you just like, wow, what is this?
man. Man, I think that's why in my pictures, the pictures I like to take, it's like I have to have that element. I don't like anything too
And I see it.
glossy. Yeah, I
See it.
like that
It's
urban
the background.
just right,
You see what
right.
Tiger?
That soft and hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, that architecture.
yeah.
I love to shoot in it, you
Did
know.
you ever? So did you ever do some tagging?
No,
Did
I
you
always
do
saw
some
people
graffiti
do
art?
it. Man, I didn't want to
You
go to
would,
jail for a pen.
yeah.
So no, I didn't. Just on my notebook. And I actually did get in trouble when I was a kid, tagging something inappropriate to somebody in class,
Oh, the
in
teacher's like,
graffiti.
Freddie, do you want to bring that to the front, please? You don't want
Yes,
everyone else to see that. Let's
is
show the
this your
whole class.
handwriting?
Class, this is what Freddie has done.
Right. And so I can't even repeat what it said. But man, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I watched a lot of that stuff going on too, man. Before moving, I was born in Los Angeles, and I don't know, man, but there's a lot of graffiti. There's a lot of art on the wall, a lot of murals, a lot of
Mm,
representation of the culture. Uh,
dang.
the black culture, the Hispanic
Mm,
culture, and
hmm.
it really says a lot, man, of who we are. Because again, it's like one of those things that it just expresses who we are, man. And
Hmm.
I'll be honest, like a lot of our stuff has been inspiring for a lot of other people. Is one of them,
Man,
and I think it is huge, man. It has a lot to do with a lot of fashion that goes on, and I'm talking about
big
our
time.
style, from our colors to the
Mm,
way that we wear them, to the way that we represent them, the way that we dress. It's been a big influence on
man.
everybody, on a lot of people. And
Uh,
look at the fashion now. Everything that they're put on
mm,
commercials
yeah,
started from us.
yeah. I would say everything. I mean, for the most expensive thing out there is most likely inspired by the black and brown community,
Definitely.
because a lot of people look to us for entertainment, for inspiration.
Yeah.
Do we always get the credit?
We never
Not
get.
necessarily. No, no. I'm trying to put a
We're really
positive
starting to get a
spin,
little bit of credit right
but
there.
no. Just
I mean,
now,
just look at the jeans that we're wearing
come
right
on. Yeah, come on. The embroidery, the design, it's all street inspired. The tennis shoes. People are rocking $2,000 sneakers.
now. Yeah,
That's us. Jackets, puff jackets. That's us.
exactly.
Hats. Just the style. Music. Music's huge. Music and fashion, I think, are really go like this.
Oh, definitely.
And art.
I
It's
think
all
you can't have one. You
everything.
can't have one without the other.
No, because in fashion you need music, and in music you need videos, you need art covers. So a lot of inspiration, man, it really is from. I don't like to say the bottom because I don't see black and brown. I don't see us as the bottom.
No,
Um, you know, However, I see it from as the base. I see us as the base. You know, to a lot of things,
oh yeah, yeah.
a lot. You know,
So one question. I know your name, Stilo. Digging my Stilo.
Stilo.
We want to know how did that come about? Like, where is that originated from?
Man,
Because that is the name of the magazine as well, and we'll get into that.
yes.
But I want to go like, where the Digging My Stilo come from? Because that's authentic,
Man,
man. That's original.
I would say thank you. I would say that came from just growing up. Like I said earlier, moving to the Bay Area, I was also introduced to a lot of music that I never heard before. So back when I moved here, Genuine, Aaliyah, Missy Elliott. So this
Dig you line.
hip hop, yeah, this hip hop R&B, man. It hit me, and they would use words like stilo, slang, and
Yeah.
I always liked that word,
Stuck to
that
you.
vibe. It stuck, and it's just a play off of like the '90s slang, and it's hard to explain. It's just kind of like my alter ego in a way. Like, what's inside me, that's my stilo. What's inside everybody? Everybody has their own stilo. So the whole purpose is basically like you're digging it. You can't help but dig it because it's me, it's you. Like you can't deny someone's style, because each person has their own.
That's his
So
Stilo.
that's my stilo. You can't hate on it. You just gotta you dig it or you get your own stilo, and
Exactly.
and it's just celebrating. It's celebrating people's individuality, but at the same time, just giving like a nod to hip hop and fashion, style.
That's dope. That's a dope ass thing. I like it.
Man, thank you.
I like it. So, what about the projects you got going on right now, man? You got something going on?
Mm. Um, I am always editing, always taking pictures and editing. So I'm going to be releasing a shoot that I did 2 weeks ago. I'll release it probably this Friday.
Oh,
So
nice.
look out for that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
with my process, I like to take like 2 to 3 weeks, no more than a month to edit because I don't want like clients waiting on
Yeah,
their pictures. But that's what I've been working on is a cool shoot.
I'm
We'll
pretty sure it's
see.
gonna be dope too, man. Because a lot of stuff you got
Yeah,
out there
thank
right
you.
now is just it's incredible, man. Um,
Wow, thank you.
because we don't get a lot of recognition right now. We're just starting to like make headway with people,
Mm,
a lot of us, man, a lot of black and brown people
hmm
that are starting to
hmm
make a name and like really be out there and not just like one particular picture or it's going far
hmm
beyond like sports and entertainment, but
Yeah,
um the
I
creative
agree.
aspect, man, and being recognized and known and appreciated for the work that we're doing,
Man,
you know.
you're right. It's like consistency.
Exactly.
Consistency is key. And then, what I'm learning too is that there's other things that you could do to hone your craft. There's other things. And then also, inspiration is not going to come to me. I have to find inspiration, is
Exactly.
what I learned. So that momentum starts with me.
With the other pictures and with the settings, man, in the backgrounds, right? I mean, there's always a story. I mean, what purpose do your stories serve?
Well, I say for the most part, they serve telling a story about people whose stories aren't typically told. I'd say the purpose is to really reach like young males to older males in the urban city community who don't see themselves represented, who do like clothes and art and fashion and music and skate, who could just see themselves, you know. They are celebrities, you
Yeah,
know, in their own right because they are San Francisco, you know. Um, they are the city. They make the city the culture of what it is.
yeah,
So that's my purpose is to just show that culture, you know, and
yeah.
shed light on them and just give people props that are interested in those things because that's what I love, you know, is capturing those moments um, that the city embodies.
Yeah. And that we don't have to live, you know, under the stigma of like, this is where you belong. This is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can only stay in this neighborhood and you can only do these things, you
Mm-hmm.
can only work these jobs.
Right,
But
right.
but to actually like put yourself out there and like
Uh-huh.
do
Do
something.
something different. Absolutely. I mean, that's how things come together. You know, that's how
Exactly.
things are produced. You know, you could do something all on your own, but who's going to be bounce things off of you? You know, who are you going to bounce things off of? And working together just makes things so much like it just opens things up more because you have more jokes, you have more ideas, more uh opportunity to
Definitely.
collabing is
Definitely.
the best thing. I love collaborating.
Oh yeah. Especially
Yeah.
because it just opens the door. It opens the door
Yeah.
to a little bit more than what's going on, you know.
Hmm.
And when you have two sets of eyes, the more creative, the more ideas visually and
Yep.
inspiration you can get.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you, man, is there any positive messages for anyone out there that may be pursuing this industry? Like, what could you say to them? I mean, what words of wisdom or encouragement could you enlighten a young brother or young woman?
Man, believe in your talent. Um, believe. I know it's like cliche, but use your dream as if you really can do something with it and act like it, you know? Um, I think what helped me was pretending like this was my career before it really became.
Yeah,
Just pretend, just
as
as
if
if act as if
yes,
your dream is important and act as if your talent's important and that, you know, share it with the world. But at the same time, realize like it's valuable, you know, you have something to add. So believe in your value, believe in your vision because you're given a vision for a reason. You know, it's given to you by God or, you know, whatever higher power you believe in. It wasn't, it was given to you for a reason. So believe in that.
thank you. You know, I want to appreciate you, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming onto the show. Thank you for like sharing your experiences. Thank you for sharing everything that you do with us. The community appreciates it. I appreciate it. And I think a lot of people can get a lot of information and encouragement from what you have just given to us. I like your work, and you know this is Freddie. This is DigginMySteelo, and you can find him on Instagram. DigginMySteelo, his Instagram. You'll see a lot of cover shots of some of the things that he does here in the Bay Area, the city. Yes, the city.
Yes, that's the city.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you. And everybody, this is once again, let's get creative. Join in, man. Tap in. We out.
Absolutely.